Good evening, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's wait for your partners to join the session. Is it okay? Okay, guys, I think we can start. Today we're going to practice with speaking 2 and speaking 3 exercises. Okay, so I hope you're ready. Let's start with the attendance. Okay, as soon as you hear your name, please answer present. Let me see. Alvarez Matos Patricia is here. Okay, no. Parquero Mejía Karina. Cruz Cóndor Carlos. López Camila. Santalla Rivas Joel.
Present, teacher.
Santalla Rivas Roger.
Present, teacher.
Serrano Angulo Ana Belén. Serrano Angulo, no, Cerrudo Carriaga Eloy.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Terrazas Villarroel Bianca. Not here. Now let's move on to the next course. Chávez Merlo Milenka Verónica.
I'm here, teacher, present.
Okay. Larrea Conde Alejandro Abimael. Navarro Orozco Alejandra. Saavedra Pedraza Orlando. Not here. Finally, Tito Salvatierra Miriam.
Present, teacher.
Okay.
Teacher.
Okay, let's start with the session then, okay? We're going to practice with some exercises first. Let me know if you can see the screen, please. Can you see the screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Please, you will have 1 minute to read this, okay? Start, please. Okay, guys, did we finish reading or you need more time?
Yes, teacher.
What about the rest? Please let me know. Okay, let's see the reading section now, okay? The listening section, sorry. Let's go there. Give me just 1 second, please. It is on 3:30. Please listen carefully.
Conversation between two students.
Hey, Monica, did you see the newsletter on the bulletin board in the student center? The school will no longer hold the freshman orientation. Instead, it will give the students the option to choose between going on a hike and participating in games.
Yeah, I've just read it. I think this is a good idea. Until last year, Even though the students hated going to orientation, they didn't have any choices. I'm glad that the students can now have the freedom to choose whichever they want, instead of being forced to go do something they didn't want.
Yeah, I agree with you. Last year, I just didn't go, but it seemed like I missed something.
Yeah, now the students have more options. Also, not only do they have more choices, they don't have to go to school on the weekend. Thanks to this change, the freshmen can go and get their new textbooks and school supplies rather than wasting their time on attending orientations.
I think so too.
Okay.
In the conversation, what does the woman think about this change? What are the reasons for her opinion? Please begin speaking after the beep.
Was the question clear, guys, or do you want me to repeat it?
Yes, teacher. Could you repeat it, please?
Okay, I'm gonna repeat the question then. Listen carefully.
What does the woman think about this change? What are the reasons for her opinion? Please begin speaking after the beep.
Was the question clear now?
Sample answer. In the dialogue, the woman thinks.
Guys, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
We're going to start. Is there anyone who would
Yes,
like to
teacher.
start? Or do you want me to choose? Okay, I'm gonna choose. Joel, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, 30 seconds to prepare your answer.
Okay.
Joel, please, your answer.
Okay. The university has changed the plans for freshmen in order to make them more activities so they can choose. The student agrees with this idea because campus hiking tour or participating games can make students to choose. Also, they don't have to go to school on weekends, and instead they can use this time to buy materials or prepare for the school. In short, it's a good idea from the university to have changed the activities.
Okay, thank you. Nice organization of ideas. It was really nice, I have to say. No comments. Please work on some vocabulary words and all those things. Okay, that's it. Thank you for participating. Is there anyone who would like to start participating? Speak now. Guys, no one? Okay, Eloy, are you there then?
Yes.
Please, your answer.
Right now?
No, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, Eloy, your answer, please.
Okay. The announcement states that the university will change its plan from holding freshman orientation to all students. The woman agrees with this idea because he says that students hate no have more choices. But now the students are free to choose and decide where to go. Also, he says that the students will have more time in order to find more school supplies and no wasting their time. And for these reasons, she certainly thinks that is a good idea.
Is that all, Eloy?
Yes.
Okay, nice organization of ideas. You did it really fast in 40 seconds, I think. That's really nice. That's good. You answered the question. That's the most important thing here. So good job, Eloy. Good job. Work on some vocabulary and that's it, okay? And some grammar mistakes that maybe you are committing. But apart from that, everything was okay. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to another person then. Let's see. Milenka, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, 30 seconds to answer, to prepare your answer.
Okay, teacher.
Milenka, please, your answer.
Okay. According to the announcement, the university will have a new holding freshman orientation. And since they contemplate that there are low students going to this, they are implementing the campus hiking and they're participating in games. The woman supports this and she mentions that students hated to go to these activities because they didn't have enough choices and they felt forces. But she also mentioned that now they have more options or more time, and so they don't have to go on the weekend and they have more school choices. So for all the reasons that I mentioned, the woman it's agree with the new implementing.
Okay, is that all?
Yes.
Okay, implementation, okay? It is not implementing, implementation.
Okay,
And
teacher.
just a reminder, please, the verb estar de acuerdo in Spanish works as a verb in English, okay? Not as an adjective. It is not I am agreed or you are agreed. It is I agree, you agree, they agree. Okay, guys? This is for everybody. Remember that. Okay, thank you, Milenka. Apart from all those mistakes that I have commented up to now, everything was okay. You mentioned examples, you mentioned what happened in the reading, you mentioned what they think, the reasons, and you work on a really nice concluding sentence. Excellent job. Thank you. Okay, I need one more volunteer who would like to answer or to share his or her answer. Is there anyone? Apart from the ones that have already participated, of course.
Me, teacher.
Okay, Roy, thank you. 30 seconds. Please, Roger, your answer.
Okay, the reading is about changes in the university because this is giving more opportunities to students to choose between going to a hiking tour and or participating in games. The woman thinks that this is a good option because the students in the last year didn't have any choices. Um, so this decision is for the students for they will be able to choose something they like instead of any other thing they don't enjoy. Those are the reasons why these changes are going on in this university.
Is that all?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Okay, the concluding sentence was nice, but remember the question. The question was, what does the man think about that, let's say, resolution from the university? So the concluding sentence has to be in relation to that question. Okay. Apart from that, everything was okay. You explained the reasons. You stated the man's opinion. What else? You explained what happens in the announcement. So everything was okay. Work on some grammar structures only. Okay, Roger? Reviews on
Okay,
grammar
teacher,
structures,
thank
for
you.
example, present, simple present, simple past, and things like that. Okay, apart from that, everything was okay. The idea here is that you answered the question and you did it. That is the main point of this. Thank you. Is there any other person who would like to participate, or can we move on to the next exercise?
Me, teacher.
Okay, thank you. 30 seconds to prepare, please. Please, your answer.
Okay. The university changed activities for new students, allowing them to choose between campus hiking tour or participating in games. The woman agrees with these year changes, first because she likes the freedom to choose between options, something that wasn't there on previous years. In addition, students will not waste time going on weekend to university, so they can prepare for their classes. Those are her reasons to agree with the announcement.
Nice job. You follow the structure. You mention what happens in the announcement. You explain the points of the man. You explain the reasons. And finally, you conclude with a nice concluding sentence. Excellent job. Thank you everybody for participating, guys. You did a good job. Now, would you like to listen to a sample answer for this question? Milenka, do you want to participate then? Okay.
I have already participated. My question was,
okay.
I have a question, teacher.
Tell me.
This kind of questions is similar to the second question that we will have on the TOEFL test.
This is a speaking too.
Yes, but in the speaking, for example, we have four kind of questions, right? The
Yes,
first independent, and the second is the campus announcement, if I am good.
That's it. This is what
the three.
Yes,
this
it
will
is
be
a
the
lecture.
second, right?
This is the second one, campus related.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to work with the speaking 3 in a moment, so be ready. That question is about reading an academic passage and then listening to a lecture about that passage. The topic is really academic in that part. Everything clear, Milenka, then?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay, so now, guys, would you like to listen to a sample answer to this kind of question so that you can use it as a guide?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let's go there then, please. Take notes if you want. This is the way you have to answer, okay? You can make comparison if you want. Let's see. Listen carefully.
Things allowing the freshmen to have the options of sample answer. In the
listen carefully, please.
Dialogue, the woman thinks allowing the freshmen to have the options of hiking and participating in games is a good idea. According to the university, they will give the freshmen a choice rather than holding a mandatory orientation, because only a few students participated in previous years. The woman says now that the students have choices, they are free to choose whichever they want. She remembers how last year they didn't want to attend the orientation, so she thinks these options could reduce the pressure to go. Also, the university hopes that this could give students opportunities to interact with other students. And the man says the students can now spend their time wisely rather than wasting their time on weekends attending the orientation. They can now prepare for their new life as university students.
How was it, guys? Tell me. That was a possible answer, a choice, a sample answer for this question. That is the way you have to organize your ideas. Okay, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
What about the
Yes,
rest?
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So let's move on to speaking 3 then. Okay, so be ready, please. I'm gonna share my screen now. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes.
Please, you will have 1 minute to read this passage, okay? This is a speaking 3 exercise, so take that into account. Please, you can start. So something happened, really, okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. Sorry for that. Okay, guys, time's up. Did you finish reading?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
What about the
teacher.
rest? Okay, thank you. Now let's start with the listening recording, okay? Let's go there. Take notes if you want. It is really helpful. At the moment of organizing your ideas, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to take notes. Let's see. Please, guys, listen carefully. This is the listening recording.
The part of a lecture in a biology class.
Okay, class, today we'll be looking at one aspect of the ecosystems, cyclic population change. As time passes by, species increase or decrease their population due to many different situations that are around them. This phenomenon is rather interesting because the population of these species returns to its original condition after it finishes its cycle. Let me give you an example of this. Let's take a look at wolves and mice. In the beginning, there are numerous mice and only a few packs of wolves. So these wolves have plentiful food sources that can fill up their stomachs. Therefore, there is a significant increase in the number of wolves and a decrease in mice. However, as time passes, the decrease in mice causes problems for the wolves because there isn't enough food for them to eat. As a result, wolves slowly begin to die off, giving time for the mice to reproduce. So the whole process repeats itself again.
Now, guys, please listen carefully to the question regarding this question, please.
Using points and examples from the lecture, describe the changes among wolves and mice. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Guys, was the question clear or do you want me to repeat it?
It was clear.
What about the rest?
Could you repeat it, please, teacher?
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it one more time, okay? Be ready and listen carefully.
Using points and
Okay, there it is.
Wolves slowly begin to die off, giving time for the mice to reproduce. So the whole process repeats itself again.
Listen carefully, this is the question.
Using points and examples from the lecture, describe the changes among wolves and mice. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Now, was the question clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Now, I'm gonna give everybody 30 seconds to get ready, okay? So, work on your answer. Okay, guys, now that everybody have had the time to prepare, I want volunteers now, please. Who would like to share his or her answer, please? Is there anyone?
Yes, teacher, can I?
Okay, thank you. 1 minute to speak, please.
Okay. According to the reading passage, cyclic population change is when species change their size of population.
Okay.
In the lecture, the professor illustrates this concept with example of wolves and mice. In the first scenario, we can see that there are more wolves than mice. However, due to the not enough food, wolf decreases and mice increases. When actually, when the climate changes, this process repeats and the quantity of wolves increases again.
Okay, is that all?
Yes.
Excellent job, nice job. Another person, please. Is there anyone who would like to start participating? Speak now. Anyone wants to participate? That's too bad. Guys, you are here to participate. Please do it.
Me, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Lloyd. 30 seconds to, no, 60 seconds to speak, please.
Okay. According to the reading passage, cyclic population changes is defined of that changes of some population of animals have due to some aspect that surround them, for example, climate. This repeated and the animals turn back to the original size. The professor elaborates this topic by providing one example. She talks about wolves and mice. Since the wolves hunt mice, the population of this last one decreased, while the population of the wolf increased. But time?
No. Continue.
Okay. But when the population of mice decrease, some wolves become to die. So this bring the opportunity to mice to reproduce and increase the population again, return to the original size.
Okay, is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Eloy, excellent job. You have to control the time though, okay? Only the time. You only have 60 seconds to speak. So be ready to do that in 60 seconds, okay? To provide your answer in 60 seconds. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, Eloy, then excellent. You mentioned what happened in the reading. You mentioned what happened in the listening recording. You provided with some examples, the details, excellent, and good way of concluding your speech. Nice. Another person, please.
Me, teacher.
Any other person?
Me, teacher.
Okay, Roger, please. 60
Okay.
seconds to speak.
The reading is about cyclic population changes of ecosystems. And these changes are because of many factors. In the example of the listening, we can see that the population in wolves decreases due to they do not have enough food in a certain time. So the males have more time to reproduce, and the cyclic population becomes to it was at the beginning.
Is that all?
Yes, teacher.
Muy bien. Excellent. You mentioned all the aspects from the recording and from the reading passage. You provided with examples and you mentioned a concluding sentence. That's it. That is the idea. That's the way you have to do it, okay? Remember the structure, guys. This is for everybody. You have to explain what happens in the reading passage. Maybe providing a concept or something related to the reading passage, okay? Then you have to move on to the lecture. What happens in the lecture? You can say something like, okay, in the reading passage is about this and this and this. Now, in the lecture, they exemplify this concept by mentioning the wolves and mice and how their populations decreases and increases according to the number of animals that coexist, something like that. And finally, you have to mention a concluding sentence. In that way, the teacher from the lecture explains what is a population cycle by using wolves and mice as an example. That's it, okay? That's the way you have to do it. Now, please, Milenka, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, 60 seconds for your answer.
Okay.
Milenka, I am waiting for your response.
Okay, sorry, teacher. I have some internet problems.
Okay, don't
Uh,
worry. 60 seconds, please.
okay, okay. According to the reading, the cyclone population change is the way of how community of animals change by the time. The professor explained this factor by explaining how whales change by the time. First, he mentioned that their population increase and decrease depending of the different factors around them. And he also mentioned that it depends of the quantity of food and reproduce of the animals. Um, by mentioning these factors, he explains how the cycling population change over the time.
Is that all?
That's, yes,
Okay, thank you. Nice answer, I have to say. You mentioned everything, you
thank
follow
you,
the
teacher.
structure, please. Keep working on vocabulary, okay? And grammar mistakes, some grammar mistakes. A lot of us are committing some grammar mistakes, even me. So please, my suggestion for this would be to practice grammar, to review some structures, and to build up your vocabulary, okay, guys? Vocabulary is really important at the moment of speaking. If you do not know the meaning of a word, a verb, an adverb, a noun, it will cause a lot of problems to you at the moment of speaking, okay? Because you will get stuck. You will not know what to say. You will not be able to transmit the ideas in your mind because you won't be able to find the word to do it. So my suggestion for you, for everybody, is to improve and to build up your vocabulary skills, okay, guys? It is always useful and helpful to learn, I don't know, 5 or 6 words per day. So my suggestion would be that, okay? Thank you. Now, is there any other person who would like to participate apart from the ones that have already participated? Or did everybody participate? Guys, are you there? Can you hear me? Miriam, are you there? Did you participate? I couldn't see very well.
No, in this exercise, no, in the previous one.
Okay, what did you tell me then? Okay, it is your turn, please. 60 seconds for your
Okay.
answer.
Okay. Then cyclic population change refers to the variation on size population due to factors like weather or food disponibility. And after the cycle ends, it returns to its original state. The professor illustrates this through wolf and mice population and how they regulate each other. For example, when mice population increase, then wolves have more food, so their population increase and mice decrease. And then the cycle repeats. Through this example, the teacher illustrates how cyclic population change works.
Is that all?
Yes, teacher.
Nice answer. I really like it. Good way of organizing your ideas. You explain the reasons, you mentioned examples, and you conclude with a nice, really nice concluding sentence. Excellent. Thank you,
Thank
Miriam.
you, teacher.
Now, I think
Thank you, teacher.
now that everybody has participated, yes or no? I think yes. So we're going to move on to the next exercise, okay? But we're not going to have enough time for everybody to participate. So I will need 2 people from now on who would like to share his or her answer. Anyone? Okay, I'm gonna let you read the passage. After that, before we start listening to the recording, I'm gonna ask you again, okay? So you have until that time to tell me who is going to participate. Come on, this is your practice session. So you are supposed to speak. That's the idea. I need only 2 people, okay? Remember that? Let's go there. There you can see the reading passage. Please, you will have 1 minute to read. Start. Okay, guys, time's up. Did you finish reading?
Yes, teacher.
What about the rest?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now, is there anyone who would like to participate before we start listening to the recording? I need 2 people. Okay, no one wants to participate. Then in that case, I'm gonna choose. Okay, Milenka, thank you. 1 person. Another one apart from Milenka? Okay, Milenka is going to start sharing her answer, and after that, I'm gonna choose, okay? So be ready. Let's start with the listening now. Let's go there.
Okay, teacher.
Class.
Okay, so today let's talk about forgetting.
Now
Pay attention carefully. This is the listening recording.
listen to a lecture on this topic in a psychology class.
Okay, so today let's talk about forgetting. Is there anyone who ever forgot an important appointment and didn't know what to do? Well, I guess there isn't anybody who hasn't become aware of this term, right? Well, the psychologists say that forgetting is divided into several types. Decay theory is one of them. As the word suggests, our memories are decaying as we do not use it. For example, let's say you have to call the dean's office and you don't remember the number. So your friend tells you the number, but 2 hours after making the phone call, you forget the number again. In this case, your memories are fading away as time passes. But the interference theory, on the other hand, means that you forget your memories as they are interfered by other memories. I once experienced this at a bookstore. I had some books I wanted to get, so I made a list and headed to the bookstore. When I arrived at the bookstore, I realized that I had left the list in my car. But telling myself, it's going to be okay, I already remember the list. I just headed to the bookstore. A few minutes later, I bumped into a friend of mine and we talked about the books he picked. We talked about that for a while, and then he asked me what I bought. So I told him I didn't buy any yet, but I'm going to get, you know what happened. I totally forgot the whole list. Not even a single title came to my mind. I only remembered the book my friend mentioned.
Describe the two different types of forgetting based on the lecture. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Was the question clear, guys, or do you want me to repeat it? Guys, can you hear me?
It was clear, teacher.
Okay.
But I had a problem. I couldn't listen the listening session for my internet.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. I'm gonna choose another person then, okay? In that case. Let's see. So the question was clear for everybody. Now let's listen to, I don't know. Miriam, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to prepare your answer, okay?
Okay.
You can start. 30 seconds to prepare. The timer is there. Please, Miriam, your answer.
Okay. Forgetting is when all memories are unable to be recalled from memory storage. And there are two theories, decay theory and interference theory. In the lecture, the teacher illustrated decay theory in a way that is when one fails to recall because we didn't use the information and then one forgot. For example, phone numbers. If one tends to forget phone numbers after not using it for some time, and another, she gave an example of interference when she had a list of books, but then talked with her friend and then couldn't recall the books on her list and only the one her friend mentioned. Those will be the examples the teacher used to illustrate the forgetting. That would be teacher.
Okay. You explain a lot of things. That's good. But try to do it in 60 seconds only, okay? Remember,
Okay,
you have to be aware of the time you have for answering this question. You only have 60 seconds, 1 minute. That's it, okay? So consider organizing your ideas in a way that you can transmit them all in 60 seconds, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I think we don't have enough time. I think we have one more, enough time to listen to one more. So I will really appreciate there is one more participant, one volunteer. Is there anyone? Okay, no one wants to participate. In that case, I'm gonna choose one person, okay? And it's going to be, I don't know, let's see. Joel, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Please, 30 seconds for your answer.
Okay.
Joel, your answer, please.
Okay. Um, According to the reading passage, forgetting is divided in two theories, the decay or short-term theory and the interference theory. In the lecture, the professor illustrates the first theory or the decay theory with the example of the phone numbers. When we don't use the memory of a number, we are going to forget it, and illustrates the interference theory with the example of the bookstore. When she went to a bookstore, she couldn't remember the books she chose, but she could remember the books from her friends because they were talking about them. That's all.
Really nice. You explained both theories about forgetting. You explained what happened in the reading passage. You mentioned what it is said in the lecture. You provided with examples. That's it. Only one thing was missing. Can you tell me what it was? Joel,
Mm,
your speech was perfect. Your answer was perfect. But one thing was missing. What was it?
conclusion.
That's it. Okay. So work on your conclusion. It has to be a short sentence. That's it. So you have to work on that. Apart from that, everything was excellent. Thank you, Joel.
Please, teacher.
Now, we're going to stop here then. We're going to continue practicing with speaking 4 on Wednesday, okay? So be ready to speak a lot as well. Before we finish, please, I would really appreciate you complete this daily survey, and after that, you can leave. Thank you for attending. Thank you for participating. See you on Friday. See you on Wednesday, sorry, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
teacher. Goodbye.
Bye, take care.
Right, teacher.
Bye.